Well, hello there and welcome to a brand new Minecraft series I am doing here called Snapshot Laboratories, where I will be experimenting with the new features in various snapshots. Now, I'm probably not going to do this every week because that's a lot of work, and quite frankly, I don't have a lot of time. But I am going to be starting this week with Snapshot 23W42A, which is a 1.20.3 snapshot, and you might be wondering why bother? Well, this snapshot actually includes the experimental crafter for 1.21. So if we come in here, there we are, the crafter. I did not mean to throw it on the ground. There we go. So this is the crafter. So this is probably the most exciting update to Minecraft ever. I would never have thought that this would be a thing. So this lets you, in case you missed Minecraft Live, this is going to let you automatically craft items using redstone, and it is super exciting because now we can make all sorts of farms that are actually super useful. You can automate crafting of various things that are tedious. I actually have something in mind, and it's going to be great. So I am going to start figuring out how to use this thing. You put it down, so you can enable or disable certain slots depending on whether or not you want to use them. Okay, cool. Next, I do want to actually get a crafting table, just for the sake of having the recipe book, because that's actually something that's missing. The recipe book should be included here, I feel like. I'm gonna have to remember how to craft a dispenser, so, because I realized we can automate dispenser crafting now, which is huge. So we need a bow, and we need droppers, right? Oh no, you don't craft it with droppers, you craft it with redstone and cobblestone, right? Yeah, so a dispenser. Now, okay, so this is one of those places where it needs to be in a certain order. So, let's try. So if we put all our stuff in here as it needs to be, we get our dispenser. Okay, so what happens? So the thing is, the bow is still not stackable. So now if I power this, it spits out a dispenser, but it consumes the bow. Let's start feeding in some hoppers. So we want 3 hoppers going into this. We want 1 for cobblestone, 1 for redstone, and 1 for bows, because... Alright, so there's our cobblestone, there's our redstone, and I need another bow. There's our bows. Okay, let's also fill up these. Fill this back up, and fill that back up. Can I put a button on top of it? I can, okay. Okay, so the redstone dust hopper did not activate quickly, or the bow hopper did not activate quickly enough. And that seems like it's always going to be the case. Is it based on the position? Here, let's see. Is it based on the hopper position? So we want the bow to be there, redstone there, and cobble there. I mean, I'm sure this information's online somewhere if I wanted to look it up. But so now if we put the bows there, the redstone there, and the cobblestone there, and we put our... Oh, you can put a button right there. Interesting. Ah! So depending on which... So the different faces the hoppers have priority. That's good to know. So... Let's see. In theory, if I just do... I don't want to lock... Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. If we just then do a simple observer clock. Oh, you know what? I need a supply of bows. There we go. So it's maxed out on bows. Everything else isn't going to run out. Oh, that makes a fun sound. Ah! So if it goes too fast, it can't suck the items in quickly enough, and it's actually crafting some droppers along with our dispensers. Okay, so that's interesting. Yeah, we got droppers in there too. Okay, so here's the next question. Oh, you know what? Yeah, so the observer clock being like that was not good because it actually was too fast for everything. Oh, it's based on how many slots are filled, right? Oh, now that is interesting. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Okay, so that's neat. So it gives a redstone signal strength based on how many slots are filled. We can use that to our advantage, actually, so that we can tell it to never give a never give a, never give a dropper. So. Also, I want to see, so we want to check our priorities of hopper inputs, so. I'm betting the bow is going to be first priority, but... So we're going to see what gets filled up first. I'm betting the top is going to be highest priority. The top seems to be highest priority. Because if I fill the top with dispensers... The dispenser. Okay, so the top is the highest priority, and then it goes, I guess, in this order. Well, that's really all that matters. So, I did not mean to break the whole thing. Okay. So, we need, on the top will be where our bows go in. The sides are going to be our other stuff. We are going to do this. There. Now, we want it to be locked, or we don't want it to fire if the signal strength is less than 9. And we want it to be a signal strength of 9. So now... if we... There we go, so that's only going to output there. The next thing, we need to lock this hop. So we want to lock this hopper after it gets put in and then have a delay on unlock it, right? Actually, no. No, it's actually much simpler than that. If we have a... Hang on, I need to clear my inventory. Why is this still here? If we have this, so this piston will fire, right? Yes, it will. And if we put a redstone block there, beautiful. Okay, so now if we just get some bows. Fired. Okay, so why did that not go? Okay, that fired too quickly for that piston to retract. Okay. Next, we have our observer there. We want to basically pull the observer out. Every time we fire. Okay, so if I start it. Yeah, I think I need to lock these hoppers. So now, when this fires, it should spit out an item. And at that point, this should change to an 8, unpowering this. So, this... Why is that still there? That's stupid. I can power it like that. So it'll dispense only when there's... It'll dispense automatically once there's a new one in there. So then, if we just do one of those... Something is not right. Oh, wait, no. It refilled. It's... Oh. Well, that's stupid. It's because I'm missing that. Okay. So... So the cobblestone is unlocked for too long. So the cobblestone needs to not be powered off of that one. It needs to be powered directly. So I need all 3 of these to be powered directly. So I need to figure out a new way of detecting that it's a signal strength of 9. Or I need to just loop around. There. So now they should all fire at the same time, so that we should actually be able to get our thingamahoosit. And now... Those are not dispensers, are they? I don't know if that dropper was already in the inventory. There we go. We are getting only dispensers. We have made an automatic dispenser crafter, which is kind of cool, actually. I need to figure out a way to stop this. How do I stop this? There. So, wow, that actually was rather successful. It only took about 20 minutes for me to figure out, but there, we now have an automatic dispenser crafter, which honestly, this is huge, because dispensers are the most annoying thing to craft. Now, yes, I am sure this can be slimmed down a little bit. But, you know, I'm not known for making the neatest redstone. So, like, I'm sure it can be slimmed down more than this, but let's do that. Let's put that back. I need a way to actually turn it on and off. And then you do our redstone dust. And then we do that. Why did that fire again? That's the second time it did that. Oh, that's weird. When you open the barrel, it caused an update. Interesting. I wonder if that's a bug. Whatever. I really don't mind that. So I guess you could technically set up an auto crafter to craft bows. So you would then need probably a spider farm and probably a wood farm, then crafting into sticks. So, I mean, if you build this close to a spider spawner, you could actually have it pretty easily automatically fill up with bows. But you could just craft bows the old-fashioned way, since they're pretty easy to craft. Then again, actually... bows may be kind of easy to craft, they still aren't stackable. So, if we built another one of these on top of this that crafts bows... Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So now let's craft our bow crafter. So we need our wonderful crafter block, which is probably my favorite thing ever. And we are going to do it into a hopper that goes directly into here. Okay. So, now for a bow. So we need some string. And we need sticks. Because it's easier to get these materials and just load them in. So, that is the recipe, right? Yeah, so that's the recipe. So we want to disable these 3 slots. So now things can only go into there. So as long as we keep this stocked up, really, it shouldn't be an issue to just put a clock on it. And hang on, let's just stock these up real quick. So yeah, it shouldn't be an issue to just put a clock on it and not have to worry about the order. The only reason we had to worry about things not taking a spot is because only one of these was non-stackable. So now here, if we just put a kind of slowish clock, because we don't want to go too fast. Ooh, that stays locked. That's interesting. So yeah, that's a thing that I wasn't sure about. So yeah, the crafter itself locks the hopper, so it might actually be, we might be better off doing something like this, where it goes into a barrel first. That way, yep, it goes all the way down that way. So we'll do like that. Now we then just need our supplies of wood. So if we then just do barrels of sticks. Let's max this out. And then barrels of string. In theory, once I start this, it should start pumping out. So that hopper clock is still too fast for the slots to fill up. So let's add one item. Are the slots refilling all the way? I think they are. Hang on. Okay, so 3 items seems to be enough to refill all those slots, basically. It's going a bit too fast, so let's add a 4th item. There, perfect. So now we have a very simple thingamahoozit that's refilling all our bows automatically. Now let's see, we want some barrels with cobblestone. Let's refill our cobblestone. I need some cobblestone for myself, thank you. So basically what we can do is we can... Oh, that's... Oh, since the hoppers are locked, right. Oh, well that was dumb. You know, I just realized I did an extremely dumb thing. So the problem with this is it goes too fast for the hoppers, same as up there. So I realized that this is locking the hoppers too quickly for the crafter to suck the items out of them. So I need a better way of doing this. This idea is clearly not right. What I need is to to unlock hoppers in a specific order. Yeah, so I'm going to move away from this design. I'm going to keep how it's powered the same, but we're going to start a new design. So we are powering the same way, where we have a target block. Actually, that can even just be a redstone block. But what I basically need is a way to, I need to unlock each hopper in sequence. So, let's put our 3 hoppers. I don't care what goes where for now. So we are going to have a clock eventually, and each hopper will get unlocked in sequence and then relocked after a certain amount of time. So we need, basically, first it's going to unlock this. My redstone dust. First it'll unlock that one. Second will actually no, first it unlocks the bows, second it unlocks the redstone dust, and then last, for the longest amount of time, it'll unlock the cobblestone. Okay. So we can power this off with an etho hopper clock, and if we really want, we can do it using we can do it using etho hopper clock and do just repeaters for the order. So like that can go like that, and then this one we definitely we'll need a repeater for how I'm running this anyway, but we have a single repeater, and then this one will be powered using 2 repeaters. So like if we so should go. Did not power. Oh. So now it should go in order. It did. Okay, good. So let's change it. Actually, no, that's fine how it is. You know, I was gonna put like a pulse extender or something, but actually we could just do the etho clock. So here, if we put the clock together, and then I want basically an observer to cause the pulse. Okay, and that needs... So this needs to be repeater, repeater. Okay, good. So now... The bows are not going in. Okay, so it's a good idea in theory. So we need these to stay out. So let's back this whole clock up. They all need to go out immediately and then come back in sequence. How the heck do I do that? There. That way, the only thing that can go in are bows. Okay, good. We have that, and it's in place. And then we can power that. Why are those all unpowered? Oh. Right. But that worked. Okay, so we made a dispenser, so we have 5 in there. So if we fire that... Oh, you know what? That one should never be locked. Alright. I need to start over, because again, I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright, so what I need to do is have it so, technically, before this fires, these go out and stay locked for some amount of time. The one with the bows should never be locked, okay? So this one stays just like it is. Do not lock. And then what I need to happen is when this unpowers, like after it crafts, so this is gonna, when it crafts, it's just gonna pulse. What we need to do is have it so that pulses, spits out an item. That pulsing should be what triggers this to do something. So we'll have another observer here, checking for the pulse. Always be locked unless it's after the pulse. So when that pulses, we want to give it a few ticks. Yeah. And this should have some redstone dust on top of it. So, when this pulses, why did I not fire? Oh, did that not go all the way? Okay, so there's that, and basically I should still have a pulse extender. Oh, but that's actually working, yeah, so then I just need a pulse extender. Oh, actually, no, I don't technically, because... So we're going to have this still be on a clock of some variety. Let's clear out some space, build our clock. And I can basically then... Oh, this can just be triggered by the clock at that point. Right? Yeah, doy. So this one doesn't matter because it only needs to dispense 1. Okay, so now when it fires... If it fires... Why is that not filling? Oh, is the crafter itself being locked? Oh, that's weird. It's almost like the crafter itself is locked. No, it's... Oh, it's that hopper's empty. That would do it. That's working. Alright, let's keep watching. Well, that's refilling. Why is... Oh, that's actually fine, because that gives it time to fill back up. We can also make this a lot faster, so let's take out half the items. So it stays locked half the time. So I can change that so it's... So if I change it to a pulse extender, it should fix itself. But we are getting dispensers. We can go faster even. Here, let's go faster. Can't go that much faster. How many are in here? Alright, let's go 4 more. Oh, something broke somewhere. Oh, did I run out? I ran out. So I would be better off leaving it as a pulse extender to... Hang on. It's still not working fast enough to refill, right? 50-50. Yeah, so it needs a little bit more. Probably just one more. $47.47. Alright, yeah, no, it's still not fast enough. So the refilling is slow. So the default state, I guess, should... Alright, so this is definitely an improvement. What I think I need, though, is I think I need the default state... Here, let's turn this off so I can hear myself think. So I think I need the... So right now I have it so the default state is off. Or the default state is hoppers locked. I think I need the default states to be hoppers unlocked. And then I need to lock them before and then shortly after it pulses for that. So I need this to delay by more ticks than that. So basically what's going to happen is that's going to go out. That's going to pulse. Oh no, like that. That's what I need. So basically when that goes, it's going to do those first. And that's going to go down. Oh, when that goes... Hang on, will that fire when it goes down or up? When it goes down. And not on the up. Yeah, so that's right. So we can see when this fires. Good! Hang on, will that be able to reach there? Probably not. So basically then, it's gonna go like that. Spit out our thing. Those all building correctly. That undoes, and it refills them all. Perfect! So that is, I think, the optimal way of doing this. We get our thing, and it basically locks the hopper before it fires, except for the hopper that we don't want to lock. So the non-stackable item has a chance to go into the only empty spot. Now, if we have multiple non-stackable items, I don't know how we would handle that. We just have to be careful. But I think that's basically as good as it's going to get. So now we just need to hook that up to a clock. We can get rid of this because it's stupid. And we can actually do this with a single... we can do this with a single piston. Now, if we really wanted to get tricky. We could have multiple hoppers feeding the cobblestone. That could speed it up dramatically, actually. You know what? I want to do that. So let's put our bow hopper on top, fill a barrel with bows. Okay, so then if we make this one another cobblestone one, we put our piston there, we do a little bit of that. Now we're gonna want another repeater, I think. As long as the as long as the repeater amount is there, that gives it plenty of time to refill. Perfect. Look at that. So let's get rid of some of this extraneous garbage, and we'll still use this clock to power it because it's here. Perfect. Look at that. Look how fast that goes. I think that's basically as fast as we can make it, but that's definitely a lot better than crafting them manually, because this way you can just feed all the things in, have it stockpiled, and just have it spit them out as you're going around doing other things. There. So we have successfully, using the new crafter, made an automatic dispenser-dispenserinator. Dispenser-dispenserinator. So I love that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, definitely it is a little tricky when you're dealing with stackable and non-stackable items. Because if you're doing something like crafting a bow like we did up here, you just fill it in and everything will automatically go into the correct spots when it fires. Everything will automatically work correctly. But if you have one spot or a couple spots that are a non-stackable item, it does get a little tricky. So yeah, you have to do a little bit of finagling. But probably I think the best way to do it is just lock your other hoppers before... Well, see... Yeah. So yeah, the best way to do this, I think, is, yeah, you lock all the hoppers except for the non-stackable one before you fire the crafter. That way, the items can't get out, and the only item that can transfer into the crafter when it fires is the bow. It'll go immediately, and then when these unlock, it refills in the other spots. Now, yeah, definitely for something like this, it's good to have multiples, since there's so many cobblestone that we need to fill in, that, you know, it just speeds it up a little bit. But yeah, so I think this is definitely the coolest new feature added to Minecraft in a really long time, and it's nice. It's a nice thing to be able to just automatically craft tedious things like dispensers. I mean, dispensers are what I'm going to mainly use this for, but also it makes dried kelp a much more useful fuel source because it can automatically replenish itself. So like, instead of using a bamboo farm for super smelter, you can use a dried kelp farm, and it would be so much more efficient. Here, you know what? Before we stop, I want to make a new, I want to rebuild the bow maker up here. So let's, and actually for this, we'll also, if we wanted to speed it up, we can have this one also do, you know, we can have 2 things of string and 2 things of sticks. So let's, real quick, technically that works, so I want to go one faster just because it makes me nervous, but... Oh my gosh, look at that! That's so efficient! And there you go, a fully automatic dispenserinator. Also, I need more cobblestone and redstone going in. There, so now this should stay full-ish. Yep. There, so now solely from... So we use this to power... So here, we use this auto crafter here to build bows, which this one's easy since there's no non-stackable items. You just power it like that, everything feeds in, and you have to just make sure your correct slots are turned off. And these get fed down into, we have a storage silo here, and then they eventually get taken. Oh wow, this is going to take a long time to fill up, I feel like. But so they get taken and are making dispensers using our other materials that we have already put in here. Now these can be swapped out for double chests if we want to be able to make more, but voila. So now yes, at least how I have this right now, maybe I could try speeding up the clock or something, but how it is right now, it is definitely not the fastest way to craft dispensers, but it is definitely a lot more convenient, because it is a pain in the butt to craft large amounts of dispensers. So now you can just set this machine to go and do it for you while you do other stuff. Alright, well, so that's going to be it for today. So, I'm going to be, again, I'm not going to be covering every snapshot, only if there's really new features that kind of interest me, like this one, with the crafter. And again, this is still experimental, keep in mind, so this, because this is not a 1.21 snapshot yet, this is still an experimental feature, so who knows if mechanics might change a little bit between now and when they actually start doing 1.21 snapshots. But if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and until next time, so long!